evaluative mediation, the mediator must be a lawyer.
Okay.
In facilitative mediation, the mediator need not to be a lawyer. But in evaluative mediation, the mediator must be a lawyer, an evaluator. What does he evaluate? He evaluates, is not a core mediator, but he evaluates the strengths and the weaknesses of in the party's case. Are you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With regards to the legal position of that case,
okay,
and then give them legal advice accordingly. Whether the matter, in fact, the legal advice is after dissecting and evaluating their cases, you should be able to tell them the strengths and the weaknesses in their cases, and then give his legal advice. If you go on with mediation, this will be the outcome. But if you go on with negotiation, this will be the outcome. It is left for you to choose. What is he doing? He's evaluating the strengths and the weaknesses in the case of the parties. Are you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's not a core mediator. He's a legal advisor. He advises the parties on the best option to follow. Then we have the transformative model. Now, the difference between the transformative model and the facilitative model is that in transformative model, the mediator, the transformer, now helps the parties to achieve two interpersonal process in the mediation proceeding. Number one is empowerment. Number two is recognition. The mediator creates empowerment and recognition for the parties to use in resolving their dispute. In facilitative mediation, the mediator have control of the process but not control of the outcome. In transformative mediation, the parties have control of the process and control of the outcome. They do everything. It empowers them to say, take decision yourself, reach agreement yourself, sign it yourself. Anywhere you are at loss, get back to me. That's his transformative mediation. He educates them. He tells them what to do, tells them how to do it, tells them how they can distinguish between their positions and their interests, how they can get the real issue. What is he doing? He's empowering them to have control of the process. And then recognition. He's telling them, look, I don't need all these things you are doing. You are also the mediator for yourselves. So this recognition gives them that recognition and empowerment to be able to achieve their desired outcome. That's transformative. Right. Like I told you, that basically the difference between transformative and facilitative is that in facilitative, the mediator does have full control of the process. That's to say, parties have control of the outcome, mediator has control of the process. But in transformative, the mediator don't have at all control of the process. The parties have control of the process and have control of the outcome.
Okay, now if you ordinarily...
Then finally, is narrative mediation. Narrative mediation is a mediation model where the mediator encourages the parties or tells the parties stories, conflicting stories that will make them to rewrite their own stories. Let's as the name implies, narrative. It's not about coming to say, oh yeah, tell us your own side of the case. You tell us your own side of the case. Do you have anything to add? The mediator comes in as a narrator, as a storyteller, and start telling a story. The aim of that is to enable the parties rewrite their own story, use that conflicting story to resolve the dispute themselves. I'll give you an example. There was this US documentary I watched on conflict. There was this guy who was fond of reckless driving. So one day he got drunk, drove and killed someone. The dad is a billionaire in US. So when they told him, and he survived the accident, but he killed the girl. So, and when they told him that he killed someone, he said, to hell, if after all, my father can pay them, what am I doing? You know, I don't care. And he was just bragging. They kept talking to him, they were just bragging. So when they convinced him to come, because the parents, they were not ready to go to litigation. So even if we go to court, will you resurrect our daughter? Let's resolve it through ADR and see how we can be compensated and everything. When the guy was like, okay, if as you are scolding, no place, the guy was saying, let's go to court. I don't care. My father will pay them, blah, 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 blah. And so But the boy was asked, okay, before we go to court, can you just come for for a meeting? And he accepted and he came. When he came, the mediator now said, okay, I want to tell you a story. He said, story? He said, yes. Just watch it. He now slotted in film for him to watch. And the guy, as he was watching, it was an accident, reckless driving film that killed so many people and how the beloved ones cried. As the guy was watching the story and everything, the guy broke into tears.
He was coming back to his
Good,
senses.
he broke into tears and started crying. He said, these are what people the people go through when they lose their beloved ones through reckless driving. Do you know the guy had to go on his knees and then pleaded for forgiveness and was ready to compensate? And that was the end of that mediation, and they compensated through that storytelling. So in narrative model, the mediator tells conflict stories that will help the disputants write their own stories and resolve their
But
disputes.
in all, from your own point and your level of expertise in this business, out of the four, would you say that Amy is better?
Very well.
Okay.
Very well. It depends on the nature and the circumstances surrounding the matter.
Okay.
You can, but I think the best one is transformative, where parties have control of the process and have control of the outcome. Because
If they do have control of the process and the outcome, won't they be, if they decide to be high-handed, won't it make it longer?
that's why the mediator is there to educate
Because
them.
since they are in charge, if the mediator was to be in control of all this, or at least the process, I think it would have been easier to,
It is in conciliation, except if they empower the mediator to be also a conciliator. It is in conciliation that you can, at the end of all this, you will not say, just like in arbitration, you cannot give a judgment and say, this is my judgment as a mediator. It is the parties themselves that will write this agreement. So help them to own the process so that they will be proud of the process that they reach this agreement themselves and not you reaching it for them. Your own is to assist them.
All right, and if you just joined us, this is Settle with Laughter on Salt Television. I've been discussing with Bernard Odo Uruchi, barrister. Although today they said Professor Bernard Odo Uruchi, what is in view? It's a prophecy that came to us this morning, and I told you earlier that you can join us on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and you can also send SMS to 0803-509-7383. We'll be right back. Please don't go anywhere.
The wheel of justice may grind slowly, but it will surely get to its destination of undiluted justice. But while you wait for justice, have you imagined how that long-drawn case can be settled out of court? Yes, we mean rebuilding a culture of amicable settlement of disputes through alternative dispute resolution. Settle with Laughter is a program tailored to educate, inform, sensitize, and promote access to justice through alternative dispute resolution anchored on mediation, consensus building, restorative justice, negotiation, and arbitration. Join an alternative dispute resolution expert, Barrister Ben Odo, on Settle with Laughter on Soul TV, Abakaliki. Settle Dispute Television is an initiative of Negotiation Powerhouse Company Limited.
Indeed, Nigeria is a home for all.
All right, it's Soul Television and it's Settle with Laughter. My name is Chika Igwe. I have been with my very regular host and regular guest on the program, Barrister Ben Odo Uruchi. And we are still onto mediation. And this is exactly the point where you can come in, and that's because the lines will be open now for you to drop your comments or ask your questions. You can call us on the number that will soon come up on your screen, 0803-569-9063. Take it, 0803-569-9063. That's the number you can call us with and drop your contributions. And let me come back to you, Barrister Ben. We do know that mediation, like any other venture of human beings, is capable of failing or succeeding. Okay? If it can succeed or fail, excuse me. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name?
My name is Ella.
Ella. Where are you calling us from, Ella? Hello? Ella, I wouldn't want that today. Hello? Okay. Please, the causes of mediation failure. Hello? This is going to be... Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. Hello, welcome to the program, please.
Huh?
Hello? What is going on today? Okay.
Hello?
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 Yeah. Please, it's a very simple rule. If you do want to call us, you can move away from your TV set, because when you're having a callback, you may not be hearing me clearly and you keep, calling up. Hello?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. I want to appreciate the work that you guys are doing.
Okay, thank you. Oh. Hello. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. Please move away from your TV set. It's a very simple rule. You can move away from your TV set and we communicate. You hear us through your phone. And if you must be watching your television as you do that, you can turn down the volume on your set. When you do that, together we'll be communicating and it's going to be better. We'll all enjoy it. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, welcome to the program.
Hello. Huh?
I'm listening. Welcome. What's your name? Okay, let's get down to the real business. What could cause mediation failure?
Well, mediation can end in a deadlock or can fail if the parties come into mediation with the purpose of stonewalling. That's to say, they come with the purpose of stonewalling, delay tactics. Let's just go in there, let us deceive the mediator. Let's just go there for going sake. If they don't have a good intention of getting their desired end, then mediation will fail. Number two, mediation will fail if the mediator lacks the adequate mediation skill. The adequate mediation skill entails communication skill, listening skill. You know what I'm saying? Then, if he lacks this skill, mediation can fail. Then, mediation can also fail if the mediator is biased. There's likelihood of bias.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the program. Your name, please.
My name is Oke Friday.
Ojo Friday. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Abakaliki.
You're welcome. Please go ahead.
Okay. This program is a very quite interesting one.
Thank you.
Whereby you will not be, one will not be going to the lawyers for lawyers now to charge for her for all fund to enable the person now be released from the ISOHAP. So, but using this media now, one can get these charges free and have the resolution within the reach without much expense.
Okay.
So I welcome the idea.
Please, thank you so much.
Sure. You're welcome.
And again, too, sir, we are not saying you shouldn't be going to lawyers. We are saying it's not everything that you go to lawyers. Like serious cases, you can go to lawyer, but civil cases, landlord, tenant, misunderstanding between husband and wife can be resolved through ADR. Thank you.
I allowed him to say what he said, and now I'll leave you. If you don't react, it's your own, no? Because you are a lawyer, I am not a lawyer.
You want us to die of hunger.
if you're not telling them not to go to lawyers again, okay, no concern me. Okay. All right, you were still onto the causes of mediation failure.
Yes, I said mediation can fail if the lack of preparation on the side of the mediator and preparation on the side of the parties.
Hello, welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Your name and location.
I'm from Zata.
What is your name?
My name is Emeka.
Emeka, go ahead and make your contribution. You're close to your TV set. Emeka is gone too. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Is it afternoon in your country?
Yes.
Your name is?
Yes.
Can you speak up a little? Where are you calling from? Okay. Please, let's go
He's
on.
calling from Cleveland.
Your call credit has been exhausted and your call terminated.
Are you serious? Where is that one coming
Continue
from?
your call with MTN Extra Time. Dial *6.
Oh, that's part of it. That's part of it. Please, let's go down to...
So I said lack of preparation on the side of the mediator, on the side of the disputant, lack of appropriate authority. If the disputants come into mediation and they don't have adequate authority to mediate, then to resolve their dispute, like I gave you an example, somebody is representing a bank, and you discovered in the course of the mediation that the person is just a bank security man and not the director, then that can bring mediation to a deadlock or making a mediation fail. Now, the mediator's inability to distinguish between the parties' issues and positions then can also lead to a deadlock.
Hello, welcome to the program. Please excuse me.
Good morning.
Welcome. What is your name?
I'm Emeka.
Emeka, where are you calling from?
I'm Abakaliki.
Thank you. Please go ahead.
Please, your program is very interesting. You said something about mediation failure.
Yes.
That if the mediator lacks communication skills,
Okay.
I'm trying to ask, what if he lacks communication skills but he's good at listening? Would that be cause mediation failure?
What did you say?
You said parts of the things that can make mediation fail is lack of communication skill.
Yes.
What if he's lacking in communication skills, but he's a good listener? Can it aid him?
Of course, now, you cannot be a mediator, a good mediator, if you are not a good communicator. You must be able to communicate, like I'm saying, with the parties. So, and the fact it is even better you have good communication skill more than good listening skill.
And so along the line, I'm seeing it that
They are twins. They are inseparable twins. So you cannot be a good communicator if you are not a good listener.
That's where I'm going.
So that's just it. So you must be a good communicator to be a good listener. Go on.
What if you are good in communicating, but there's what we call, how would I put it? You lack some words on you. You lack words. There are some words that you can't express out. But once you are good in listening, you can bring some things out of yourself.
I think
that this is the essence of acquiring these skills we are talking about.
Yes.
You need to acquire these skills to be a professional. Are you get what I'm saying? Otherwise, you are just a talker. You are not a communicator. You should be able to acquire the skills to be more professional.
And I think the other point where he has where he has ideas but cannot voice out is a matter of you not using a language that is not yours. You can use your local language to push out whatever you want, and that way it will be better. But you know, sometimes I just we hold you back. And again
too, let me also add, the language of litigation is English, but mediation and ADR has no language. You can use your local dialect. You can use any language, so far as you are able to communicate with the disputant.
In terms of language and English, you know, there are some things that when it comes like in court now, there are some things that you feel you can't say in terms of language. When you're trying to say it out, you'll be breaking the words down. Yes. You'll be breaking as if you're stammering.
Yes.
So that's what I'm trying to get to.
And that's what he just told you now, that in litigation, like he said in court, the language is English. But in ADR, in Hapu English, use all your local language. In KG, make you cope with everything on Fuma.
A mediator need not to be an expert in English. Assuming you are mediating for elders in the village, Nagaro school, will you use English language? No, you will use your local dialect. In fact, in my village, every day, we have elders that come to the market square just to resolve dispute, and they speak Igbo dialect.
Yeah, and
you can say, and they resolve it amicably.
I think Emeka should get this thing straight. That being a good communicator doesn't mean being a good English, being sound in English language. Being a good communicator could be in English language, could be in Igbo, but know how to present your words such that the person will get to you and you get your feedback. It's
all about training, and I am glad that His Excellency, the Executive Governor, have approved a training of these newly elected local government chairmen and then councillors and traditional rulers on local government conflict management and then palace mediation. They'll be trained on how to do all these things. And like I said, it's all about acquiring the skills. Once you acquire the skill, that makes you an expert. That differentiates you from the disputant. That makes you an expert. You have control of the process.
Okay, thank you so much. We have been on to the mediation failure, and we are definitely going to continue. Since, by the grace of God, this program is not ending today, we don't most of the time feel bad when, for instance, we have to stop halfway. No problems. We are going to meet again next Saturday. You know what that means? That means that my director there is telling me that, guy, your time is up, and we do not actually want to get into another person's airspace. It's wrong. He's wrong. If you get into another person's airspace, then you are actually out of the track. So I want to bless God for you. I want to appreciate you so much for always finding time to come to stay with us on Settle with Laughter on Salt Television. And for all my callers who, for one reason or the other, weren't able to communicate, I want to say give out my sincere apologies for that, hoping that maybe by next Saturday when we'll talk again, maybe the lines will be clearer for us to chat. And for you, my revered friend that will always be here, the professor in making place, I thank God for you for coming. Please, let's talk again next Saturday.
Yeah, I want to tell our viewers that necessity is the mother of invention, but conflict is its father. So let's meet again.
My name is Chika Igwe. He is Barrister Ben Odo Uruchi. And next Saturday, God willing, we'll be here. You will be there. We'll be chatting. God bless all of us.